May I have your attention, please?
It's Markers and Monsters Drawlloween 2017.
Hey there, everybody. Colin here, as usual, and welcome to day 28 of Drawlloween. Almost through, guys, so this is our last weekend. And our theme today, as you can tell by the title, is Ghouls Rush In. Now, ghouls are kind of an interesting little bit of horror media and fiction in general. There's absolutely no consistency whatsoever in what is a ghoul, what's depicted as a ghoul, what they look like, what they do, etc. For the most part, though, ghouls are associated with flesh eating, specifically of like dead flesh, while your average garden, Night of the Living Dead style zombie type will come out and attack the living and feast on their flesh. Once a person's dead, though, that's generally it for the most part. Ghouls, however, are often associated with like cemeteries and charnel houses, places like that, where they can access the recently or sometimes not even recently deceased and eat their rotting dead flesh. There's no distinct perfect design that goes cross-board. Sometimes ghouls aren't even associated with that. Oftentimes in like vampire fiction, they'll call the vampires ghouls. Or I know in the role-playing game Vampire the Masquerade, vampires can make ghouls, which are like servants out of living creatures. They're not vampires, but they just kind of coexist and serve the vampires and whatever. So this kind of gave me free reign to do whatever the heck I felt like. Now, when I think ghouls, my mind probably first goes to Dungeons and Dragons. I don't know if you guys know, I've talked about it before, but I'm a huge D&D and like fantasy gaming nerd, so that's kind of where I go. Ghouls are very distinct in Dungeons and Dragons. They're a very distinct class of undead creatures. You have others like, vampires are an undead subtype, zombies, skeletons, so that type of monster. But ghouls are, they are their own thing. Ghasts are the advanced form of ghouls that give off this horrific, like deadly stench. But ghouls are more like these feral, animalistic type creatures that go through cemeteries and graveyards and just start eating flesh and stuff like that. And they can be often hard to kill with damage resistances and things like that. It's not as easy to just swing your axe at them. For my drawing today, I'm kind of doing something a little more along that vein, just my own little, what I felt like doing. As you can see, it's this extremely slender form I gave it, like very emaciated, with the long spindly arms and legs, kind of just in this creepy cemetery in a pit of bones and flesh, and they're just chowing down on what looks like a discarded rib cage. So plenty of fun. I went with kind of that purple theme there. I just thought it would look really good for the drawing with that flesh. It's kind of like blue purple, like it's I don't know, just something a little bit different. And gave it kind of almost like a canine-like face, like a dog-like face. Now, that comes a little bit from my love, too, of Lovecraft. In the writings of Lovecraft, they talk about ghouls as being their own separate, like, race. And they often say they have, like, canine muzzles and canine-type ears. Didn't quite go that far with it, but I always like that idea of ghouls being this weird kind of a sub-race, an offshoot of humanity, and stuff like that. So, like I said, free reign, my imagination goes, and that can be just a ton of fun. You know me, guys, I love talking about movies and horror movies and stuff like that, but sometimes it's just fun to just go bananas and, as we've talked about before, just start drawing and see what rolls out of the old subconscious. So this is what I got for you. The inking process here is pretty straightforward, more of a comic book style, just with like the little hatching lines and stuff like that, just to give that look. I wanted to give it long, mangy, nasty hair, just kind of coming down, and mouth full of sharp teeth. I thought would be a good look. Something you don't want to meet when you're having like a late night rendezvous at the old cemetery. Am I right? I think I am. And coloring in the bones and then inking them was also, again, a very straightforward job, but a lot of fun. I love drawing bones and stuff like that. Once again, this is where your anatomy lessons come in handy. You can pull something like this out if you're pretty good with your anatomy. So always be boning up on stuff like that. Well, that's it. Let's take a look here at the scan and see what came out. All right. There we go, guys. Got a little bit of purple, got a little bit of green in the flesh. I dig that. Let's take a look at the details here with those bones and stuff. Just a short episode today, a very straightforward episode, and just something fun that I felt like doing. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Man, I cannot believe that Drawlloween is almost over. I'm very excited for Halloween. We'll be doing a live stream that day. But kind of sad it's over, but we got plenty of content going to be coming forward for you guys, so hope you stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching as always. This was Colin, and yeah, beware the ghouls. We'll see you guys. Bye.